5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go.
No, you gotta go 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ew. I don't like it that one sometimes. Okay, fine.
Here we go.
5, 6, 7, 8. I like that one better. Go. Yo, dog. Go.
Hey, what's going on, world? It's your girl Shy, and welcome back to the CheyTea podcast.
Like, I don't know why that text did long, man.
I'm just being annoying. It's
You
funny.
are.
It's funny. It's funny. Hi guys, how you guys doing?
How y'all doing tonight?
Listen, this is probably like the third or fourth episode we filmed in a couple of weeks, and you're not seeing the other episodes because I am just far too busy.
It really wasn't anything
It
important.
wasn't like, yeah, I was looking at the footage and I was like,
We can keep this one.
we can keep this one in the vault. Maybe we'll, maybe, but right now
Listen, it's gonna go down just like the birthday vlog, okay?
it's
You're not seeing it. Okay?
Yo, allow me in the birthday vlog, man.
No.
There's gonna be Bay's birthday vlog. That will be interesting because we're going.
Fam, they want to know what happened in February, not November.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Anyways, you already know the vibes.
We're here. We're living. We have a lot to talk about today, so let's just get right into it, okay?
You
We
already
have
know.
a lot to catch
Like,
up
comment,
with.
subscribe on the use of the tubes. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at CheyTea Podcast everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You know the vibes. Sorry, Lord. I think I've turned off the phone. Jeez. I know I should cuss me. Turn it off. Okay, we good.
Anyways. So let's just do a little quick update recap of the last couple of weeks
July.
of July.
Since we're mid-August.
You know, August really came and just flew right by. Like we're in September now.
Basically.
Like
Libra season soon.
gosh. But went to the Chris Brown concert. Amazing.
Fantastic.
So concert was fantastic. We ended up meeting him.
Yay! Insert pictures here. It was fantastic. No, I'm not doing a story time because I don't have time for that.
It was honestly all I could say was that
Catch me on tour.
is I told the man I dance and that we're dancers and I said I'm gonna dance for you one day.
Yeah, basically.
And
Like I said.
either or if I dance for him, she dances for him.
No.
We're both dancing for him because
Yes,
whatever something that happens,
whether
we
she's
do
on
it through
tour and I'm in a music video, something's
dancer
happening.
management,
Yeah,
management, dancer.
management. Okay, so like
Dancer
either or,
manager. Either way, we're both benefiting off
somehow,
of this.
Thank you so much.
Period.
That's really all. That's really all it is, friends.
He's
Okay?
the most like no, but honestly, Chris Brown is very friendly. Like he's
Very
very friendly,
nice.
very nice. He's extremely humble.
Very much so. For somebody who's so talented, I would just be walking outside.
Yeah, and
But
he
he's
was just so cool and
like most celebrities that you meet, like they're very stush and they don't care. Like the man actually is taking the time, literally in every single city that he's visiting, to meet at least 10 to 15 of his fans.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
nobody takes the time to do that these days.
Not a lot of celebrities.
Not a lot of celebrities do
Not
that.
a lot. So I'm glad that like he's bringing that back and kind of setting that tone and giving
Exactly.
people that experience. Like people are like, oh my gosh, it's so much money. But I mean, at the end of the day, like if you have it, you have it. You can't tell anybody what to do with their money.
Exactly.
So if you have to spend it and you feel that it's worth it, then go ahead.
Then do what you got to do. It's not stop pocket watching.
Yeah.
Let them spend their money.
Yeah. I mean, you can pocket watch us. We didn't spend that.
No, don't
but
even if don't pocket watch me. Me don't know about that.
No. Well, please, because I don't want nobody come trying to tell me something that you live luxurious life. Yeah.
Yes, I do live luxurious life. Yeah,
Rich in our spirit.
rich and not God. Because I don't know, but regardless, the people who paid, good for you guys. You guys got an experience that you'll never forget, and
we got an experience that we'll never forget.
I got an experience, and if you know us, you know that that's like literally the only person in the world that like I would ever.
Aaliyah was just skinning gums the whole time, bro.
Bare skin tea,
She
guys.
didn't even like this girl.
If you saw the picture, that was literally what I looked like.
This girl did not stop smiling since we got in there. It was just bare teeth. Like I looked at her and I'm like, yo,
I couldn't believe it. I was in such shock. I was just like, everybody used to tell me that I was insane and I was never gonna beat it, but I'm like, you're here, and I couldn't do anything but smile. Shout out to God.
This girl is shy. And usually Aaliyah's like, you're not as shy, but this girl is just smiling. She just looked like she was happy to be here.
I really was. I really was happy. Like even when we were watching the concert, like I was literally just smiling and just happy to be here, guys.
Yeah,
It was great.
it was a
But
fantastic concert.
if you missed the concert, I'm so sorry for you
Yeah,
because that was a really good
that
concert.
was amazing. It
Yeah,
was
it was
amazing.
great. Loved
Um,
every minute of it. And Shan went off when he sang her favorite song.
oh, ain't no way. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to like play the video because you can hear
No,
me
you
in the
can't.
background, but
But if
I
you
was
saw it, you
singing
saw it
out the
because she
top of
posted it.
my freaking lungs. That is my oh man, that moment, oh, that felt nice.
Yeah, that was like when he sang Under the Influence. And I was just like, I was here before all of you guys like this song, eh?
It was a great concert,
Yeah.
but
But
you know.
yeah, that was that.
Um so let's get into the festivals. Yeah, all I could say is that the festivals were very fraudulent. It's embarrassing that, this even was a discussion.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing that,
This even happened.
it even happened because it just goes to show that like anything that's black sometimes can be chaotic. And like we already have enough that goes against us.
And it's already hard to even get things to hold our events. And then for something like this to happen and become so viral on social media, now it puts us back even further
Exactly.
because we're outside and we can't even behave outside
We can't even behave outside. And it's just like it was just embarrassing.
on everybody's part.
I didn't go to the Cultureland festival or whatever. That was
I
fraudulent.
didn't go to any.
But just to sum up what happened with them, first day was cool. Not a lot of people had water at these festivals. Not a lot. There was no water. There was no nothing. People were fainting. People were getting,
Dehydrated.
dehydrated. People were getting trampled on. It was just a hot mess. Second day, they lost the venue that they originally had it at because allegedly they didn't pay for the first day. So the second day said, you can't come back. So then an hour before the event
Festival.
started,
Yeah.
they they changed the venue and let everyone get the notice of that an hour before it
And
started.
it takes like an hour to get from the old venue to the new one.
Okay. So then you go and do that to the people them. So now people are rushing to go. They're getting there. All of your talent that was supposed to come out and perform are not even in the country, half of them.
Yeah.
And the other ones, I don't even know if they knew they were booked.
They were on Kensington
And then Janae Aiko was walking around Kensington
with a
Market
little pregnant self.
just
Chilling.
living free and just chilling. And then you come out and you tell the people that no one is there. And I'm human and you're human too.
And
So
if you want to leave, you can
you could
leave.
just leave.
Like what?
So like anyways,
If somebody licked it in his clot.
then they offer refunds for the second day.
Yeah.
But then they're being sneaky with their refunds.
Oh, they are?
Absolutely. You have a
Oh.
certain time period to get your refund. August 25th. And they're not letting people know that. Yeah. So y'all have until August 25th to get your refunds.
For cultural event or whatever it's called.
Culture
Land,
Land,
Culture Fest,
whatever it is.
whatever.
All I know is that it was fraudulent. And this stuff made it to like other news streams, other new platforms like the Joe Budden
I was about to
podcast.
say that. Like, I heard them talking about it on the Joe Budden podcast. I just looked around and I said, can you imagine?
Embarrassed.
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 Like,
No.
anyways.
And then Kingston Fest.
Well,
I don't even know what to say. All I gotta say is fraud.
just
Fraud. Fraudulent.
scammer them there.
No, but for real though.
Scammer
Like
them there.
it was chaotic. It was
giving Kanye
chaotic.
glasses and face masks.
It was just not it. I got VIP tickets from my father. And I was like, okay, so like VIP I can show up at like whatever time because VIP, whatever. Baby girl, when I reached at the people that
There
function,
was no VIP.
there was no VIP. The fence was on the ground. The people that were like, it's just one big party now, so it doesn't matter where you go. The security was just not securing. Okay. The police were just waiting for something to happen.
Because remember, they don't act until
Yeah.
something happens. They're just there for
And
show.
it was just chaotic. It's embarrassing. Like I was there and I've never in my life felt so uncomfortable. Like I couldn't enjoy the moment of anything because the whole time I'm looking around to make sure I don't get hurt. And I'm just praying that
Trying
no
to
one
keep
pulls
six.
out
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
You got to keep 6 the entire time.
Because there's like 30,000 people there, and it's just all just. And I want the pack up on that side. You cannot come out,
No, but for real though.
mama. Trump
And it's
standing
just
in at this.
the just everything, like just a brief summary because we've all heard about this.
Yeah.
They pushed down the fence because people didn't like the fact that general admission was so far from the stage. So they pushed down the fence. Men are stepping over women who are getting trampled on. You're
Some girl
whack.
like actually broke her ankle. Like she was on TikTok talking about how she broke her
Well,
ankle.
yeah, like because it's stupid.
Yeah.
But then again, like, why are you pushing down fences for? I don't know. But go off.
Anyways,
So you're
fence down.
stepping over a gal that who are like on the ground, in pain, getting hurt, and you're just running through so you can go see Popcorn perform. Suspect. So then you have no,
Sorry.
but for real. But then there's
Yo.
water, and you empty out your water bottles to sell liquor because that's where you kind of need to make your money back is by the drinks.
Yeah.
So now people are dehydrated. There's no water. There's no like the mist spray to like spray into the audience. There's absolutely nothing. People are dropping down. People are fainting. People are fighting over absolutely nothing. The sound was terrible.
Well, apparently that was because they pushed down the fence. Remember?
Yeah, a lie. Because actually, the sound was terrible because your sound engineer team left because you didn't pay them, but you want to blame it on the people. Okay. Then your artists are just trying their best to push through their performance and they can't because sound is terrible and people are upset. Then it takes Popcorn to come out and cuss all of you guys to fix the sound.
The man said, "Give the people them back their money
Then they're telling you to give us a refund, and you're like, no, we're going to actually give you another experience of
on
this
Remembrance
concert
Day."
on Remembrance Day inside with no artist that they have announced yet. Let me give you a little discount code for the ticket so you can buy
Oh, and
it.
if you got VIP, you're free. You don't have to pay this time if you got a VIP
Ooh. Like, let me tell you something. Then this fraudulent man had the audacity to come on the Brandon Gomez show and
Gomez.
talk. What is
You
it?
said Gomez.
His name is Gomez.
It's Gomez. I thought it was Gomez.
No, it's Gomez.
Oh, that's crazy.
First of all, I went to the high school with the kid, with the
Oh,
man. I
my
shouldn't call him a
bad.
kid. The man. His name is Brandon Gomez.
Oh,
Anyways, went on the People Them show and embarrassed. There's nothing else I can
man
say.
could barely even put his sentences together.
He looked like a damn fool. That's all I can say. He just looked like a damn
He took no
fool.
accountability for nothing.
Nothing.
And even if he did, he followed up with something by saying something to try to make what he's saying make sense. And it just didn't.
No sense in the world.
The math wasn't mathing, but go
Two plus
off.
two was not equal in four.
So, do you think people are going to go to the show in November?
Yes.
Just go with no
I think some
hesitation.
people are going to be dumb enough to go.
And I think they're going to go still.
I think people are going to go.
Yeah.
But I also think some people are going to be like,
But I don't know what artists are going to try and get this time.
I don't know
'Cause I know
what.
Popcorn's not coming back.
Well, duh. I don't know what artist is gonna come after all of that.
A lot.
Especially if it's any
And if
Caribbean,
they're coming, they're going to want like double the price.
West Indian artists.
Yeah.
After seeing what Popcorn said,
Yeah.
they're probably not gonna want to do it. So
Unless it's for a big change. So, that was that.
I just wish Skilly got more love that weekend because he deserved it.
Shout out to him.
He deserved it, but he didn't. Like the same thing. Like at a Drake concert, went to a Drake concert. It was okay. But yeah, Young Money reunion tour. Man came out. We were the only people that were saying wop 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 wop. Like I literally can hear me yelling in the background. So
Yeah, because your video's on Shade Room.
yeah, you can hear
Put it in
me
the background.
bop 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 because I was excited and no one around me was. I was like, you guys are insane.
Oh, gosh.
But yeah, overall, like the festivals, the concerts, made Toronto look bad. So I hope we can
Try
like
this again.
try this again and do it properly. The only concert that was the best concert that entire time frame was the Chris Brown concert. There was
And it's actually an unbiased opinion
yeah,
because it
no,
really was the
for
best thing that
real.
happened
Like
all weekend.
this, I
Like,
was on the floor for Drake and I couldn't hear him majority of the concert until like after he like walked up to the front and realized the speakers were low. He was like, oh shoot, maybe we should turn it up after 2.5 hours
yeah.
of waiting for him to come out. Anyways, and then Chris Brown, I was standing in the same area, fourth row, heard crystal clear.
And even when Lil Baby's mic went out, they went off, they fixed the problem.
And he
Chris
came
came
back and
out,
finished his
and
set
then he came back and finished his set. Problem solved.
as you should.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So that was that. That was that.
That was a brief summary of July, end of July.
What had happened.
Yeah. Squat Pama Glock. Sorry. Stuck in my head.
There's been some things that has been happening in the dance community that I think we should have a little
Oh my
conversation about.
gosh.
Um,
Okay. It's just it's just a never ending conversation and just so like hypocritical. Cause
mm,
like, and this is just coming from somebody who usually is on the outside looking in because I don't participate in some of these like shows and things that happen. I'm mostly like going to support, i.e., my sister and like a
hmm
1-2 of my friend them. So like I can actually speak from like somebody who attends these shows. Like it's just very like just pick what you want to do, and if you're gonna do it with your head held high and your chest out. And yeah, I'm gonna do this. Don't complain about it. I mean, you can share your opinion because you were
okay.
in,
I'm gonna be as
yeah,
brutally honest as I can
and
be,
respectful.
and I'm being respectful to
Yes,
everyone
yes,
because I'm a dancer first. I'm a choreographer, and I've been on both sides of when there's money, budgeting, working, artists, all that. Like I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I have performed for free in the city. It was a norm. I think the reason why now people are getting frustrated with it is because these opportunities are not opportunities that people can benefit from anymore. And the
yes,
reason why I say that is because it used to mean something to go on these stages.
yeah.
They're used to it used to mean like not validation, but like
It was kind of validation.
it meant something. It was like you're solidifying yourself
Yeah,
as entering the industry.
and like the choreographer who asked you to probably be in this piece, like noticed you. And
Yeah, it's established. So like I
yeah,
said, like it meant something to
yeah.
be there. And I think now because some of these places are just letting any and every dega person come on the stage, it's now being it's meaningless. Like it doesn't mean anything to anyone anymore.
No, it doesn't
To some
anymore.
people, not to all, but to some. I will say that there aren't any shows anymore that are worth it. Like every like showcases. I
Yeah,
like, I don't think that showcases benefits the industry at all anymore. It used to be. It used to be, it
that
doesn't,
it used to be a thing a couple years ago,
but it doesn't.
but it doesn't mean
I
anything.
think that we all need to be free from the shackles of that show. What's the point of it?
Yeah, especially now when like you see like certain like yeah,
And then it's like the people that are on that stage, it's what like some people are not even ready to be showcasing choreography as of yet.
exactly.
So like why are you there? And then that show is always running late. Like it's never ever on time.
Never,
Never.
never.
2 hours late. Hour late. Why? Like for what?
Like, what are you really doing? That's prolonging this time for you to start your show
And this director puts nothing back into the dance industry,
at
the
all.
dance community. He doesn't put anything back into it. So again, why do we support that show?
Because people probably want an excuse to just perform
Well, what hey, you can
and
have
like
the
be on a
excuse to
stage.
perform, right? And but it's the people who are critiquing other people who are doing the exact same thing and not paying their dancers, but yet you are going on that same set stage for another showcase and not paying your dancers. So like you can't be so judgmental and talk so much if you're not going to do or lead by example.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's just not going to work. Now I can now this is just me talking showcases. I
Your
mean,
keys are over here, and so is your wallet.
see if you put it over there, you wouldn't have to look for it. Can I get a kiss? Are you going to come back? Gosh, I don't. I'm gonna edit this out. Give me a kiss. I'm leaving here at 4 o'clock, and then I'm performing. I'm coming right back. I'll be back by 6.
This girl's really going in and out.
Okay, and you're gonna cook me. Yes,
I'm screaming. He's
yes.
bringing his PS5 over here.
Okay,
Not the gaming.
don't play with me, baby. I will. Okay, all right. I'm gonna make space today.
Bye.
Love you.
Anyways,
Okay, so I'm talking about showcases alone.
yeah.
Okay, that's it. Now, in order to pay your dancers to be a part of this showcase, there's a lot that goes behind it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Budgeting.
Budgeting. Um, Now I can personally say that I don't think every dancer should be paid to doing a showcase if they're like at a like a different level. So like, how do I say this? If I'm like a beginner, I don't like my resume credits, like I'm not, I don't want to say OG or you're not established or whatever, but when you're like, when there's a dancer who has more experience,
Yes. Yeah.
less experience,
Yeah.
I would be like, okay, well, I'm here to gain experience. I get to work with so and so, blah, 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 ray, tay, tay, tay,
This
tay.
is what I'm gaining from
The-
this experience because I'm
Exactly.
working with A, B, and C.
Exactly. Now, if you are asking elite dancers or more experienced dancers to be a part of a showcase that, we need more professionals or we need more,
Yeah.
whatever, then like I would say, okay, I'm going to try to have something for these dancers.
Yeah.
What can I do for these dancers?
Yeah.
I can give you a discount code. I can give you complimentary tickets to
Yeah.
bring your
To bring your
family and
friend. Yeah.
friends or whomever.
Yeah.
I can say, hey, this is a discount code. Whatever tickets you sell, the more tickets you sell, you get a portion of that, and the portion comes back into the show or whatever the case may be. Like,
There's some
give,
type of incentive. Is that what I'm looking
yeah,
for? Yeah. In
yeah,
order for them to ask you to be a part of this show.
exactly.
So it doesn't necessarily always
Just
have to be
just
money.
make it, yeah, just make it worth my while. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be
Yeah,
money,
exactly. Because
but
we know that like spaces and stuff is expensive, and paying a lot of these choreographers or whoever else is involved is expensive. And obviously, man's not rich. So if you can have some sort of way to say, okay, here, you sell 5 tickets, $5 off, that's your change
yeah.
that you get to keep, or whatever the case may be. Some type of incentive for that person to make it worthwhile for them to
Like,
participate.
bargain with me.
Yeah,
It doesn't
it's
have to be
appreciative.
anything crazy,
Yeah,
just something, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I think that's something that we need to try to take more of initiative for.
Hmm.
Um Also, if I'm asking you to do something for free, I'm going to respect your availability.
Yeah,
If I'm a smart dancer and you know I'm a smart dancer and I'll be on
I
my
can run off a
ish,
video or whatever.
if you're having 9 rehearsals and I'm looking at you and I'm like, I got work this day, but I can make it to 2, you're going to trust me that within those 2 rehearsals, I'm going to show up. And by that time I get on the stage, you're going to know I'm going to know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
You're going to trust me.
I'm gonna show up and show out.
At the end of the day, if you're asking somebody to do something for free and I'm getting paid elsewhere, whether it's a job, whether whatever it is that you're doing, then it's like my availability will be limited because of the fact that I am not getting paid. And that is fine. Everybody has a choice.
Exactly.
And I'm thinking that a lot of people are forgetting that we have a choice.
Like it's okay to say no.
You can say no.
Yeah.
You don't have to do what anybody's asking you to do. The option is there. We would like you to participate in this showcase. It is not compensated. However, we would love for you to be there. We would love for you
Be a
to
part
be a
of this
part of this
experience. Yeah.
experience. Let us know your thoughts.
Let us know your availability, whatever the case may be.
Okay. Now you get an availability form. You're seeing there's a lot of rehearsals, there's a lot of options, of course. You say, all right, well, this is for free. This is something that's whatever. I know that I have X, Y, and Z going on. I'm going to limit myself to put myself in 2 dances, 3 dances tops, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be at this rehearsal. I can't be at this rehearsal because of work. I can't leave work early for tech. This is what you're going to get. If you are communicating that and you are transparent from the beginning, who and what can anyone say to you?
They can either say no. you
This
need to
doesn't
be,
work
this
for
doesn't
us.
work for us because you need to be there for A, B, and C. Or they can say, okay, fine, this works. And if there's any small things, just make sure come show day, you know exactly what you're doing. Because
Exactly
then
that.
that will go into future that they'll remember that John Brown knew what he was doing and he only came to 2 rehearsals, so we can book him again for a future show because they were fine with the 2 rehearsals that they were able to attend.
Right. And on top of that, just to also keep in mind as well as we're doing this, I think also sometimes that people can be afraid or
Intimidated?
hesitant
Yeah.
to say no because they are they're afraid of the response from the choreographers.
Yeah.
They're afraid that if they say no, they won't be in that many dances. They won't be able to do this or this and that. I'm not saying that in this particular case these choreographers are doing this. I'm just saying this as a general statement.
Mm-hmm.
Choreographers need to ease up when people are not available to always being there due to the fact that they have other priorities that are paying them over something that they're doing for free. I think everybody needs to respect that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying that in this particular case it wasn't respected. I'm saying that if you're going to put on a show, if you know you're not going to be able to pay your dancers because you have a large cast, whatever the reason may be, you need to be able to respect people's time. If they cannot come because they have other engagements, other priorities, other
Yeah.
commitments, then you respect that.
Yeah.
Don't hold it against them. Don't
Because
take them out of dances because they can't be there because of work. Don't do that.
or just prior engagements that they already made before you even asked them to be a part of your show. Like that's just what it
Don't
is.
hold it against
Yeah.
them. Again, disclaimer, I'm not saying it was in this particular case. I'm just
Just a
saying
general
in
statement
general
because
statement,
you see it happen.
you're asking a favor of someone,
Yeah.
respect it. Both sides,
Of course.
right? And then you as a dancer, whatever you commit to, make sure you commit to it.
Yeah. Don't commit to things and say you're gonna be there, then you're
And
not
then you
there.
don't show up,
Yeah. You
right?
don't. Yeah. No.
Communicate.
Exactly.
Now, why did this whole thing come up? There was a show
Mm-hmm.
that happened, the Pajama Jam,
Yeah.
90s versus 2000s,
That you were a
that
part of.
I was a part of,
Yeah.
that Shavar Blackwood and Leon Blackwood put together. It was a show that was short notice. It wasn't something that was like it wasn't like like
Heavily
yeah, it wasn't like
promoted,
the
really.
caviar
Yeah.
that they had prior to. This was just something to um give the program that they have the dancers. I think it was really more so to cater to the dancers in the program to really gain that experience of being
That
on
stage
stage
experience.
and all
Yeah.
that stuff because I don't know the exact dates, but I'm guessing that when caviar was happening, that time the performance program that they initiated or they started wasn't at the same time.
I don't think so.
I don't
But
think so,
yeah,
but
I think it was
don't
like a little
quote me
bit
on that.
after. Yeah, I'm not sure.
But it was a whole frenzy that people went online and started talking.
Yeah.
Now, here's my thing. I'm going to look at both sides.
I paid for it, so I can also.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk to somebody who paid for it. How did you initially feel, honestly, when you saw the prices of the tickets?
Well, if you know me, yeah, I'm gonna like spend money. But I was a little like, whoa, a little
Steep.
pricey.
Steep.
It was the first time I've ever seen something at that price for a dance show. I'm used to paying anywhere from 25 to like $30.
How much was caviar?
I think it was in and around the same price because
Okay.
I paid I gave because I was supposed to be at a table with a couple of my other dance friends and I had to give the person $60.
Okay, so that was because you guys got a table. So there
But
was different.
I think it was like a regular general admission ticket was $50 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was like
I think it
45,
was like
50
50,
bucks.
45, $50.
Yeah.
So I paid 60 because I was gonna be at a table with them and there was like bottles or whatever the case may be. So I initially saw the price and I was like, ooh, and I didn't buy it yet. I was just kind of looked at it, and then this is before I knew you were performing. Same
Mm-hmm.
with Angelica. And then when I found out you guys are performing, I was like, okay, fine. So when you told me I could use a little discount code, I was like, okay, this can go on. It's $43, but I paid for it.
You still made the
I
choice
still
to
made
pay
the
for it.
choice to pay for it because at
Okay.
the end of the day, $43 wasn't too crazy, in
Right.
my opinion.
Right.
So I paid for it because I was thinking, okay, fine, I'm supporting you. And then you told me Jay Nice is doing it. So I was like, okay, good, great. I can see a couple of my 1, 2 friends and I'll be satisfied with paying the local $43. But that was the early bird price that I think that I paid.
Yes,
So
and
we'll
that's
get
what I
to
was
the,
gonna say.
yeah.
That
So I paid the early bird price. So I'm not sure how much it was after that, but I don't personally think I probably would have paid more money than what I paid for.
Right. So you're saying if you didn't get the early bird price and you saw that the prices were now $60,
Yeah, I wouldn't have paid
you
for it.
wouldn't have paid for
No,
it.
I would have just stayed home
Right. And everybody has a
and wish,
choice.
yeah, and wish y'all
Okay.
luck, and then just stayed
Now,
home.
would you make would do you feel like you would have to be vocal about that online on social media?
Because I'm not that type of person, I probably wouldn't. But if there's people out there who would like to be vocal about prices of Toronto shows, use your social media to how you want to use it. I'm just not that type of person to pick up my phone and start doing that. I'll tell you, I'll send you a text message, be like, "Oh my god, Chad, I can't believe whatever, whatever." But like for me, I'm not gonna go on Instagram and say it, but I would have probably agree with whoever said it. It was like, yeah, 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 prices are a little steep still, but I paid X amount of money, so thank God I got that early bird
Okay, yeah.
price.
Okay. So, here's my thing. There's early bird prices. Everything has a start price,
Yeah, a base
a
price.
base price.
Yeah,
From your boat party to Caravana to
the regular
wherever,
functions. Yeah,
there's a sale price. So you get the early bird price. If you really want to go, you go and get the price. Now, tickets do go up. In this particular case, I've known Shavar to having elite performances,
yes,
elite experiences.
yeah.
His performances and his shows and productions are better than the shows that the regular
Oh
schmegular
no, they are.
regulars.
They most
They're
definitely
better.
are. Yeah,
They're
yeah,
better
yeah, yeah,
experiences.
yeah.
Might be the same venue, but it's just better experience
Yeah.
overall.
It's quality for me.
Exactly. The quality is there, right?
Yeah.
So there's that. It's a quality for me. So boom.
Hmm.
I'm feeling that. I'm liking that. Okay. Now, when it comes to the prices for different things and paying your dances, I will be completely transparent. I didn't go to Caviar. I didn't go to Caviar because I just thought the prices were expensive. Thought the tickets were expensive and it didn't fit my budget at the time because Chris Brown, this, that,
Yeah.
this, and that,
Yeah.
rent, this, that, rent, rent, rent. And, I was like, well, I can't pay for that right now because it's just too much money for me to spend. Um, I had opinions on Caviar, and it's nothing that is disrespectful in any way that I can't not say. But, with the core dancers that were there, I just felt that at some point, maybe something could have been compensated to them because this is not the same as the Pajama Jam
No,
party.
those are two different
This
experiences.
was something where it was like full out production, great routines.
Routines. Yeah.
I heard great things about it. So I'm not stepping on anybody when I say this, but I just think if you're going to put an elite production with a set of core dancers that who are going to be in different pieces. So say you have like 15, 20 dancers, not saying that that's how much there was, but say that that's a case. Me personally would try to do something to compensate them in
Yeah.
any way,
Yeah.
whether it's comp tickets, whether it's you use discount code, like I said, get a little dollars. Like it may not be
It
the
may not be a lot, but it's something that they're willing to give back to you for being there.
for being there. Exactly. That's just my opinion
Yeah.
for something like that. That's what I would say. That was something that took weeks that they were planning. Like
Yeah, they prepared for that. Yeah.
they prepped for that show. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So there's that I would say because you had the same set of dancers, whatever. That's my opinion. I'm not stepping on Shavar for not doing that if he didn't do that, from what I heard. But whatever, like that's just like my opinion. So I don't want to put any untruths. That's just my opinion. Now, for this Pajama Jam party show, the tickets were expensive.
Yes.
They were.
Yeah.
They were. I'm not gonna sit down here and hold you guys. It was.
Hmm.
I'm not I didn't do enough I didn't feel like I was in enough dances for me to go and tell, my man to come in and pay to watch me dance or whatever the case may be. Because I just know like what he's interested in. He really just wants to watch me. Duh. But like you know what I
Yeah, but
mean?
no,
Like
but like it doesn't. It didn't serve a purpose to also tell him to follow it too.
right. So like that's different. You enjoy
Because
dancing.
yeah, I mean, and I know other
And
people who were in other
exactly.
pieces, so it
So
was
it
a
would
little
be
bit
more
different
of
for
an
me.
experience for you than
Yeah,
versus for him.
yeah,
So that is my reason why. I do think the tickets were expensive. However, you have the choice to pay for it or not. I chose not to tell my man because I didn't see the purpose of him paying for it to watch me dance for like 2 seconds because I wasn't in that many dances due to the fact that my availability wasn't free. I wasn't like it was limited, sorry. And the fact that like I said, okay, well, this is what I can give you
Yeah.
due to the short period of time. This is the commitment you can get. I'm a smart dancer. I know what my limits are, and this is what I'm limited to. And they respected that.
Yeah. And also like how many routines you could really remember as just your
Right.
dancer.
They respected that
Yeah.
because why? I communicated that to them.
Yeah.
Now, you can have opinions on the tickets being expensive and how come you're not paying your dancers, but there's things that you don't know, right?
Exactly.
And in this particular case, I know that a lot of the dancers that who were not in the program, it was last minute, it was do what you can. It was we respect your availability. We know you have other things to do, and
Mm.
we just appreciate the fact that you're even taking the time to do this. So whatever you can put together, whatever your
If you can be
availability
here, you
is,
can be here.
just if you could be here, you could be here. If you can't, you can't. We appreciate you regardless.
Yeah.
I don't think people understood that. I think people were comparing it to the shows that he has put on before. So they just assumed that dancers were going to be doing the most
Yeah.
when it was really a performance opportunity for the program
It was a
dancers.
very chill vibe. Like it was a very chill vibe. It was a very chill show, and I enjoyed it. I didn't not. I don't think that I wasted my money because I did have fun and did. I got my money's worth, and I feel like I also like when I was complaining about the prices, I was also thinking about well, you'll spend like $50 to go to a soca or a die or like a boat
A
party.
party. So
So
why
like,
can't I
why can't
spend
I
this
do
much
that?
money for a
So I was like,
party?
okay, and then you also have to remember these websites charge service fees. So like so like it's not $50, well like 57, but like you
And
know what I
pause
mean?
while you're saying that. I complain about all of that
Oh
too.
yeah,
Like, don't sit down
yeah.
here and don't think I just open up my mouth. I just go any and everywhere.
No, no, no.
I complain about the boat ride party tickets. We split it. Me and Bay split it. We said, well, you're gonna pay for this one because I'm not paying for this one. What does the $60 include? Do we get food? Like, this was all the things.
Remember the day party you guys went to, and you said, "Only it's a good thing you stayed home because it was just too much money."
It was too
Yeah,
much.
I remember.
I'm listen.
If you know us, we definitely.
I complain. I complain about everything. Like, everything's
Everything
expensive.
is expensive,
You
so
know what
like,
I'm
don't think
saying?
it's just dance. No, no, no. I'm complaining about these functions.
I
Don't get it
complain.
twisted.
I complain. But here's my thing. Here's my thing.
We go, not to all of them.
It's a choice,
That.
right? It's a choice. So me being a part of this show, I saw everything that was going on, right? So I was like, all right, this all makes sense to like why whatever the amount is. It made sense to me. Do I think it was expensive? Yes. But at the end of the day, you're coming, you're gaining the experience, you're giving the experience to these dancers who are in the program that are able to dance on stage with other dancers, be in an environment, put on a show, and show what they've been learning and doing for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
That is really where the show is delegated to, is to those dancers. Now the other dancers who were asked to be a part of it, I see not everybody was at every rehearsal because like I said, it's a favor. We all know what it was. We all know what was expected. We all knew our availability and they respected it. So it wasn't as demanding as per if you're going to draw in comparison to other shows because
Hmm.
they were two completely different shows.
Yeah.
Now here's my thing. You're going online and you're talking about it. And I'm not saying you can't go online and have an opinion. But there comes a time like it starts to look away when you start talking about one thing and then you're going about another way and then you're just being
Petty.
yeah,
And you're drawing out other things that is not in relations to the situation at hand, which is
right.
the show.
And then it's like, okay, are you talking because you want to see something done? Are you talking because you want something to be productive?
Yeah.
Or are you just doing it for clout?
And are you doing it for the attention just to talk because now you can use this opportunity to talk about whoever it is that you want to talk about?
Are you just stirring up attention?
Yeah.
Like, what is it exactly that you're trying to do here?
Like, what are you trying to achieve?
My thoughts exactly. So there, I've had permission to talk about this. We have a dancer that I reached out to and I asked him if I can talk about what he was posting,
He's
and
funny.
he said, "You can say my big name if you'd like to." I'm not going to say his name, but he did give me permission to talk about it. I asked him what his thoughts were. He told me that he was upset because the tickets were so high and he didn't understand why the tickets were so high and dancers weren't getting compensated. That was his issue.
Mhm.
I said to him, I agree that the tickets are high, but I don't think you're understanding the purpose of the show.
Mhm.
I think that the dancers that you think that should be getting paid are really being fairly limited with their availability and their contribution to the show. And this show is really for the program dancers.
Yeah.
Everyone else that is taken like being there that are participating have been like given their time based on their availability. They haven't like put this first over other things,
Mhm.
right? This is something that was put in short notice. There wasn't that many rehearsals. It wasn't that demanding. So I think out of respect for the choreographers, these dancers chose to do it because they knew that the expectations from them were not as high because of the time frame and because of the fact that the choreographers respected their availability limitations. So he was like, well, if I'm gonna do this, I better get this, I better get that, I better get this, I better get a steak dinner, I better get this. All that stuff now starts to go into a different side. Now it's like, okay, so are you fighting for the dancers
Mhm.
or are you fighting to be funny?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And he was like, I understand it now that it was a program, but I still feel like they could do something moving forward. So then I said, okay. So the other gentleman, which I won't say his name because I didn't talk to and I didn't get permission to share his side, but he did make it public. But the other gentleman is somebody who is known for going on that same stage for other showcases and dancing for free and putting on his pieces and not paying dancers. He's also known for going on that same stage for other showcases, for other choreographers for free and dancing on that stage for free. So why is your opinion not the same all around?
Yeah. When you're the one, you're just being hypocritical. When
Not
you,
not even that, like you're being selective.
yeah, because you're complaining about the same thing that you do.
Right. So is it because the tickets are not as high? Okay, so the tickets are not as high. But when you look at it, the tickets usually for those shows are either $25 to $30 at the door. The early bird tickets were $40 for this show. So there's a $10 difference.
Yeah.
But the $10 difference can go into the quality of the show because you're not just seeing dega 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 performances of dancers who shouldn't even be on the stage because some are not really ready. And then, other dancers that are just like, you know what I mean? A show that starts 2 hours late, a show that's chaotic, a show that has 57 numbers in the first half and 77 in the second half. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like maybe you're paying $10 more for more of a quality and more structure and more time friendly and more entertaining show versus a showcase that you're going to see the same dancers on in different numbers, same people at the front, black people in the back of their cultural pieces. You're getting what you're paying for.
Basically.
And you are participating in those shows, wanting people to come watch you dance on that show for free. So again, what is your argument?
You don't have an argument.
That's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes when you got to think before you speak.
Like, don't just speak because you want to be involved in the chaos, the
Conversation.
conversation.
You
Like,
want to stir stuff up.
yeah, don't speak it. No. If it,
And then, sorry, not to
no.
cut you, but then don't delete what you said.
Say what you mean and mean what you
Say
say.
what, say it again.
Say what you mean and mean what you say. You said it.
Keep
So
it out there.
keep it out there and stand on that.
Why were you deleting?
Don't
Not
post
just,
and
no,
delete.
no, 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 no. Didn't delete anything. This man put it in a highlight in the stories. However, the other gentleman, he deleted his stuff.
And like you see what they opinion
Mm-hmm.
because he all broke it down. Some people don't drive, so they have to Uber, and then some people drink. They have to buy juice, and then they're hungry, and then after the show, then they have to go buy the little $5 hot dog, Lizzie, whatever, from the
Mm-hmm.
man outside. Like
Lizzie.
I'm just like it. I heard what he was saying, and that's why he kept his opinion, and he just stayed with that because I heard what you're saying. I saw where you were going with what you were saying because it does add up. Because remember, the early birds actually were $50, and your discount code got me to 43.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
thought the early birds were 40.
no, your discount
My
code got me
apologies.
to $43.
Okay.
That's why I bought it.
Okay.
But when you take everything into consideration, like you were saying, it does add up because when we went, my friend bought a drink, like a little vodka soda thing. It was $13.
God damn.
So that's like that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day,
I
disclaimer
get,
to this whole
yeah,
podcast, it is a choice, but it is expensive to be outside right now.
outside is
You
expensive.
so say okay, so say I went to the show. Let me do my example. I spent $43 on my ticket. I go to the bar and I buy a $13 drink, and then I'm like, okay, maybe I want to look. I want another drink. That's two $13 drinks. And then I'm like, okay, you might need a look of water to cool down. Water is like $5, and then I get hungry. And then when I leave the function, I go buy food. I just basically spent $100 in one night.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, I get it. Like, again, I get it, and
But everything is a
I get
choice.
it, and like I said, I was a part of the show, and I'm not being disrespectful when I say it. I did think the tickets were steep. I did think it was expensive.
Also, again, China thinks everything's
I think
expensive.
everything's expensive, but I did think it was expensive. I didn't, I didn't shit on it. I just said, yo, like, these are kind
And
of.
she did tell me, if you want to come, you can come. If you don't want to come, you don't want to come.
You
I'm
don't
not
have to
telling you.
come.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not telling you to spend money on a ticket.
be,
And I made the choice to buy the ticket.
my point. Now, do I think that we could try different ways to compensate dancers who um that who have the experience, who have the knowledge, who've
Yeah.
been on that stage, who know how to perform, who know how to show up and show out, and that are professional, and that you've worked with, what they produce, what they can do. Yeah, of course. Do I think that at some point we have to start building an initiative for those things, especially if we're going to put on our own showcases and our own productions? Of course. Do I think the conversations need to be started? Yes, but we need to start the conversation in a respectful manner, in a tasteful manner, and let's see where we can go moving forward.
Yeah.
This calling it out on social media and stirring up a frenzy and having your black screens with your white fonts on your Instagram stories, like, it does nothing. It really does nothing. It's just a temporary conversation,
Yeah.
and then we're trying to cancel people. That is not the initiative that we should be taking. 'Cause when we approach this, we need to approach this thinking clearly.
But didn't he, with his Hot Seat Sunday shows, I feel like it's going into it. Didn't he have like something that like went with it when you bought a ticket? Like, didn't there was some? I feel like I'm remembering that there was something like a part of it. Like, you bought a certain ticket, like you got something with it, like with the certain experience.
Yeah, I
So like
mean,
it's like
yeah,
he's that's what I'm
there's
saying. It's
been
like
different things.
it's not like he doesn't
Yeah, like,
provide.
I like, he gives, like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, Shavar's shows to me have never been the
I've never
same
been
price
and I've
as
never
the
been
other
disappointed
shows,
really.
and I've never been disappointed as somebody who watched in the audience, as somebody who was a part of the shows. I've never been disappointed, right?
Yeah.
But I still feel at the end of the day, everybody has a choice. Will I say this, and I won't stop saying it? Do I think the tickets were high? Yes. Do I feel like with tickets being this high, we got to start trying to figure out a way to compensate our dancers? Absolutely. Do I got to figure out a way to start bargaining and like, working with our dancers because this is their free time and they're putting this on and gaining the experience and gaining the knowledge and all that stuff? Yes, absolutely. I think everybody needs to respect everybody's time, efforts, and patience, and let's try to do something. Let's try
Yeah.
to have healthy conversations to make a change
Like, bring up
with this stuff.
suggestions rather than complaining. Like,
Exactly.
if you say, okay, these dancers need to be compensated, so how do you think that they can
How
be?
can we
Because
compensate
they
them?
also have to remember, when you're putting on these shows, they're taking money that they have to pay these venues. So, and remember that you have to pay the venue before you even start selling tickets.
Yep.
So you have to have money before
Yep.
you make the money.
Yep.
So again, I don't know how much these venues cost, but I know that renting venues are not cheap. So, and
No.
because we all use the same venue, because there's really not much options out there for us to use. So that's another thing. So
Yep.
it's like you can't really say, oh well, you have to pay. Well, they have to have money first before they even start dishing out money.
Now I think that, how do we do this? I think, how do we come forward so we can start putting up these shows together? How can we make it so that everybody can be properly compensated, whether it's
Discount
in
codes,
dollars, whether it's
complimentary
in complimentary
tickets,
tickets,
like
whether it's in whatever the case may be. I think we need to start having those
yeah,
conversations. Let's see moving forward how we can do this. If you want to put on a show and you want to pay these dancers, and you're going to have 15 dancers tops, and these 15 dancers put their hard earned, not hard earned, their time and their dedication, and we want to compensate them by purchasing tickets, and whatever tickets you purchase, a token, a percentage goes to said dancer. I think people will start pushing that forward to wanting to do that.
yeah.
I think that, hey, you come out and show up and, sell the tickets and come and support me or whatever, whatever. I get this, you get that, you get a little this, you get a little that. Like, that's just my thing. When
Yeah.
it comes to that, I think we can start taking those steps and those initiatives. But it starts with healthy conversations. And the uncomfortable conversation that we're all avoiding, that I will have respectfully, is that there's been things that have been said about people in this city, and I feel like that's the reason why people think they can bully their way to saying
Into
what they
to
want to
saying
say.
what they want to say.
Now, I'm not disrespecting anybody. I'm not going to stay on this long because I don't it's not my place. But he wants to do better. All we want to do is just point and say you're at fault for this. You're at fault for that. You're at fault for this. You're
And
at
then
fault
get
for
at
that.
people for doing certain things. It's like, don't get at somebody for making the decision to do what they want to do. If you're not a part of it, then you're not a part of it. And that's fine.
Exactly. And it's okay. Yo, you're in the comfort of your home complaining about something that you had no I like you had no what's the word I'm looking for?
Mm,
I can't even think right now, but like you had no I desire to go.
yeah. You
You
no
were
interest.
you had no interest.
But as soon as you saw somebody say something, you decided to add your 2 cents.
As soon as the door of opportunity was to
Yeah.
speak, you went and spoke,
Yeah.
not realizing that you do the exact same thing. Now, again, you're entitled to having your own opinion. And I'm not saying that you can't say what you want to say. But when you're going to say something, you need to stand by it and figure out a way with what your words, where are we going to find the solution?
Yeah.
Or at least say it to the person that you're complaining about. Say it to them.
Exactly. If you feel away.
I've said it to them. I've said, yo, boy, it's a little steep,
Respectfully.
respectfully. I've said things
And
respectfully.
you have been there to say these things. So like your opinion is a little bit more valid in my opinion because you've been in these productions. You've been in these shows before
Before that,
all of
from years
this.
ago, before
From
when
when
it first started.
basically when these things were first a thing, you were there.
Yeah, I was.
I was watching all of these shows. That's why I have an opinion that like I cannot sit here and act like these shows are not good shows because I've seen them. They're good
From
shows from
2013 to now
to
has been
now.
the same quality and it's been the same pricing, around the same
It's never
pricing.
not been anything lower than that
It's
in my
it was
memory.
always different from the other showcases because it was a different experience and it was a different quality
Yeah,
and it was overall better.
it was. In my
To
opinion,
me,
the
it's
shows are really
better.
good.
It's
Yeah,
better than the other shows.
yeah.
We can all say that
No, you most definitely can. You can't tell me
because
otherwise.
this is when the shows meant before the show stopped meaning something,
Yeah,
right? Then I would say okay. But now the shows don't mean anything. Anybody and everyone and their mother can go on that stage. So you're getting a different quality of show.
most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I think the conversations, like I've been saying, I won't stop saying, is that we need to have a healthy solution. We need to have a healthy conversation about stuff.
Yeah,
We need to stop trying to embarrass and call out and and oh my god, did you see what so and so said? And oh my god, did you see what so and so said? Okay, yeah, they said this, but what are we doing about it?
exactly. What are we doing and like how are we gonna go about fixing the situation since you guys have an opinion? So go to these choreographers and say something if you feel away.
Yeah,
Because
go to them and
obviously,
talk to them and be like, "Yo, I feel some type of way. Can you explain to me why this is so high and
yeah,
what this is going?" I'm 1,010% sure that these guys are approachable to
and they will
me.
answer your question.
To me, they're approachable, and I feel like they will answer your question.
Yeah,
And if they don't answer your question, then
it's
you
probably
could,
because of
they,
either how you came across it or they just don't want to
or
answer.
again, like how I ever said, the choice is yours.
Choice
They
is
chose
yours.
not to answer your
Yeah,
question.
exactly.
Can't force anybody to do something they don't want to
Yeah,
do.
but at least you can say if they don't respond that you asked.
All the dancers that were in that show made a choice to be in that show.
Exactly.
You shouldn't criticize people who made a choice to do something that they wanted to
They
do.
wanted to be part of the show, so go ahead and be a part of the show.
Let them be a part
You
of the
made a
show.
decision to be a part of the show. You were a part of the show.
I was a part of the
When the man
show.
asked, you could have just said no, but you said
I wasn't even in the country when half of this stuff was happening.
that too.
I wasn't here. I came back. Same day.
Went to
It was
rehearsal.
one dance. I said, you know what? You said it's going to be short and sweet. It's nothing crazy. I came out of the airport, came home, dropped out my bag, went straight to rehearsal. Learned to dance. It was to the point. It was prepared. It was choreographed. It was taught well to us. We learned it. Boom, bam. Thank you, ma'am.
And whatever was that? A choice.
A choice.
Came back from
I learned
vacation
it
fresh off the plane and
and
you
I
went.
was good and I left and I went home. Then I got asked to be a part of the dance hall piece, and I said, you know what, I'm going to do it because I want to see all of me on the stage. I don't want to see anybody else. So I said I want to see all me and my people them on the stage, and I went and I showed up for the people them.
And that's what we did. Because why? Choice.
It was a choice. It was based on our availability. They respected it. The day of the tech run, I wasn't going to be there from the whole day. Why? Because I had work,
Job. Day job.
job, and they all respected that. It was my choice. I said I can't come here for this time, but I'll come here for this. Do they maybe because do I have an advantage because I've worked with all these people? They know that I've always produced and done things professionally and known my stuff, of course. Do they know that they can trust me that I'm going to go on that stage and I've danced on that stage a million times? Is the trust there with me? Of course. So that is something that you have to earn through your experience.
That also comes with sex and stuff for free.
And we all
So
got
it
to
goes back
start
to the original
somewhere.
conversation. We all have to start somewhere.
Right.
And like everything is not all about money. It's all about respect and communication and gaining knowledge and experience.
It's
Like
a
it's a choice.
choice.
Everything is a choice. If you want to work for free, that is because you want to do that. If you want to work for a local change, that's because you want to do that. If your price is high, then that's your choice, and that's how whoever has to respect that
But these choreographers, they know.
because they've been there.
And they're providing a quality show that other people are not.
I don't understand why it's always such a back and forth conversation, and it's a conversation that always needs to be had. Make the choice. If you choose to do certain things with your dance career in your life, do it. And if something doesn't feel comfortable for you, don't do it. You can say no.
At the end of the day, this is my thing. I think a lot of people do a lot of talking to gain some type of
Like,
clout,
yeah,
some type of
conversation.
attention, and then they don't do anything to fix it. There's no solution. It's just talk, 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 and then there's no solution.
Yeah,
I think that the solution should start being like this. If we're gonna start putting on pieces, let's try to, get some grants. Let's try to do some stuff. If we can, if this is just suggestions, no one has to listen to me. Everybody can be like, nah, I'm not doing that. Perfectly
yeah,
fine. But if we can do stuff like that, where we can put on a production show and we can say, okay, I got this amount of money, I'm gonna use these core dancers and I'm gonna compensate them in this way, or I'm gonna do this in this way, or I'm gonna do this in this way. Like whatever it is that you can do, that is what we should start having conversations about. How can we start putting and funding into the dance community? How can we
mm,
start helping dancers getting compensated? It should start with these other showcases that make money from their dance competitions who should put money back in the dance community
exactly. So
and
that they
try
can
to
have
do
these
that.
shows.
We should get more sponsors. We should get more people who say, yo, I want to support this. How can I support this? How can we start compensating our dancers? That is what we should be doing. We should not be going on social media trying to draw out and call out people and then absolutely doing nothing about it. I have conversations and I talk about it because I want something to be done. I don't hold back. I keep the same energy with everybody. What I'm saying on this mic, I can say to the people that I'm fierce because I have no problem. Because what I'm saying is not disrespectful. What I'm saying to me is a step into the right direction of something happening, which is change,
Yeah.
versus me just talking, 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 trying to air out
Because the
people.
same man who holds his performances at the same venue
You're
can,
talking to Mike.
the same man who holds his shows at the same venue can sponsor some of these dance shows and put back and fund. So then that way, those choreographers can be like, okay, we paid for the venue. Now we can use the sponsorship money and pay these dancers who deserve to be compensated.
Or
Or
don't dance for that man
that
and
too.
start dancing for this people.
And then
Or
more people.
put into another somebody else. There was Kiki, Kiana. She had Unite.
Yeah, that was a good show. That was cute. And you did that too.
Why don't we start going into different directions?
Yeah.
Why don't we start going to the different people and helping these people put on proper showcases so that we can give opportunities to the dancers that who should be on that stage, who's worked hard to be on that stage, and let's try putting money in their pockets. Let's try getting sponsors and fundraisers and things like that to pay people. When they had the workshops with Shamika Blake, and she puts on her shows. Those were free workshops, fundraisers.
Yeah, those are good, and her shows are really good too.
Why don't we flock to that?
Her shows are really good too. Most black people too.
Some of the people who are complaining about this don't even support the shows that put into the people's pockets.
Yeah.
I don't see y'all there. And I'm not there, and I'm not there because I work.
Y'all are missing. I went to one, and it was really good. It was a really good show. And
Let's talk about the Hollywood.
he
Hollywood, who
puts
was putting
on
on Urbanesque,
puts on good shows too.
puts on good shows too. Where are you? Complaining and there's no action? Like, come on, man. Don't make me start yelling like my name is Joe
You
Budden,
already are
bro.
yelling.
Like, because I'm starting to, like, it's like what you just said just made me realize
Oh,
the
yeah.
black shows.
The black shows, and I went to one and she doesn't even use just dancers. She also uses the poet too, and has him perform as well at her shows, and he's at majority of her shows, and majority of the people are black in her shows. She puts on. And then Hollywood, I've never been to an Urban X show because he actually has one coming up. And unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately,
You have a
I
game.
have a game the same day because I was going to go because he does it once a month. So hopefully, if he does one for the month of September, because we don't have any games in September, I can go to one. But I was going to go, but then I was like, shit, never mind. But he puts on quality shows, quality training, quality classes, and none of you guys
Not
are
to
there.
go. That's what I'm trying to say,
So it's kind of
man.
confusing.
It's confusing how people just complain about certain stuff and then they're selective and they want to call out people because of whatever. I respect people who say I don't support this because of personal reasons. I respect that. And
Yeah.
you don't have to.
You don't have to disclose your personal
You don't
reasons.
have
You
to
just say,
disclose your
yeah.
personal reasons. That you are entitled to that. You are entitled to what you want to put yourself in and what you want to take yourself out of. Has to start with everybody. It has to
It
start with
does.
your dancers. It has to start with the choreographers. Choreographers need to start, respecting and appreciating dancers' times and efforts to what they put in. If you're going to charge a certain amount of a program, make sure that program has everything that needs to be in it for a dancer to gain out of
So that
your
they can
program.
leave that program and feel good about themselves and
Every
the money that they
penny
spend.
that they spent
Yeah.
needs to be worth it. I'm not talking about anybody in particular.
Just
I'm
general.
talking about a general statement.
Yeah.
You're going to have a program, make sure that ish means something. Make sure it's worth something. Make sure they're leaving that room gaining a crap load of experience, knowledge, power, confidence as they leave that room to go step out into the industry.
Yeah.
That is what you need to focus on.
Because you're spending your money, your hard earned
Put your
money.
money where your mouth is.
Simple maths.
It's that simple. Don't be an opportunist. Don't just use dancers when you want to use them. Don't do all that stuff. Just be there. Be respectful. Appreciate the dancer's time to take the time to come and do something for you for free.
Because they obviously respect you.
Because that is one more time.
They obviously respect you if
Thank
that's
you.
why they're there. I
Consumer.
was on the stages when like the fevers and the choreo balls were cool. I
Not
have
you name dropping it.
Yes, I am. I'm business. I was there. I was. You can believe it out if you want, but
No, you
I
don't
was
have to. I don't
there
care.
when those were happening. Now I haven't.
Because it's not
It's
right.
just not. It's just
Right.
not what it
Nothing
was.
appeals to you,
Nothing
right?
appeals to me, so I'm just chilling. So unless I, by the grace of God, a choreographer says, "Yo, come be in whatever show they're putting on," Managa. I like to watch. I like to be here for a good time, good
So would
night.
you participate in other shows like a Unite and stuff like that if the opportunity presented itself
Yeah, because
versus the other ones?
Yeah, because I'm supporting somebody who wants to put on for people.
Thank you. Keep it cute. Keep it cute. Let's keep it proactive. Let's try to make some change. That's what we need to start focusing on. Wait. All
And
right.
that's on that.
That's on that. We just had to get that one out there because this was all over social media and I just felt like it
Why
had to be
not talk
spoken
about
on.
it?
Yeah, why not talk about it? But we hope you enjoyed this episode. Um,
Thank you for coming to our TED Talk.
the gal them are busy, booked and blessed. And I just want to thank God. Amen. Because I have a lot of things coming up.
Hallelujah.
Okay. I love where I'm at, where I am in my life. And I feel like everybody needs to
Praise
start
God.
elevating and moving forward. And as a whole and as a community, we got to stand up and do things the proper way and change and start supporting all around. Support Black. I love supporting Black. Um, Shout out to Tiki for, the dance hall piece,
Shout out my dogs.
for the 90s section. I was in his section, so that's why I'm saying shout out to him. Shout out to him. Black girls were doing it.
Shout out Jen Day.
Je- Ow. Yeah, Jende.
And also shout out Amanda Mae Wilson because that Jana
Woo!
piece. Girl, when I tell you you did that, okay. And Miss Jen Day, Miss Good Body Jen Day,
Yo,
thank
shout
you so
out to all
much.
the black girls.
Honestly,
Shout out
yeah.
to all the black
Shout out
girls.
to us.
Shout out to us. The
You
melanin was
know,
just flowing on
the
that
melanin was
stage.
melananin.
The melanin was melanining. Okay.
It was great.
Okay.
It was great.
My friends looked great.
Fantastic.
They looked listen, Amanda Mae Wilson. I'm gonna say this is how we're gonna end the episode. Is the best female dancer in the city. I don't want to hear
Oh my
it.
gosh.
I don't want to hear it.
This girl.
I don't want to hear it unless you can bring somebody else, which you cannot.
Again, this is Cheyenne's opinion.
You don't agree?
No, I do, but I'm
Okay.
just saying this is this is our opinion. But I mean, it could be my statement.
Listen, somebody present somebody
She's just
who can
great.
do what
Shout out
she
to
can
her.
do. Okay. Until then, you can't. So shut your mouth. All right. Look more. Bye. Peace out. Subscribe. YouTube.
Just here for
Follow.
the vibes.